So, I don't know if you watched the first video, it's kind of long, but let me give you a general overview if you didn't. Basically, this video is about how I went to my bank, ESL Federal Credit Union. I spoke with a young lady named Kimberly Cleere in the fraud department after just simply asking them to not cash, but deposit payroll check that's made payable to me from the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. Pay stub, envelope that it came in, check. Their marks to say that this is a fraudulent check. So, in speaking to her yesterday, I asked her, she tells me that she thinks that this company does not exist. The Congressional Black Caucus Foundation does not exist. She's never heard of them. ESL has never cast a check payable by the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, so she has no way to verify that this company actually exists. So I asked her, have you checked online? I mean, there's, a few things that you could do. I mean, there's YouTube, there's Facebook. I mean, you could go and you could Google them. Congressional, let's see if I can spell it. Black Caucus or Black Caucus Foundation or members or institute or scholarship. However you want to do it. You can Google them. Of course, she doesn't. So I asked her to call them. She doesn't want to, but ultimately she does. And when she does call them, she gets, the same thing that.
Thank you for calling the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it now. For a dial by name directory, press 9.
Let's dial by name.
To search the directory by last name, press 1. Enter the first few letters of the person's last name. 1, 4.
This is Matal in the finance department.
Press 1. Please hold while your call is transferred.
My call is being transferred from the main line to the finance department. So, have her do this. She puts me on hold while she's getting in touch with them. But mind you, it's Friday at 5:30, so the chances of her reaching someone is pretty slim. She gets this gentleman's voicemail. She comes back to me and she says,
"Hi, this is Matal in the finance department. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I'll call you back as soon as possible."
She says, "Well, Quenisha, this man sounds like a foreigner. This must be a fraud." You just called the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, did a dial by name. He says his name. He's in the finance department. That's not enough for you. You don't want to Google them. It might sound far-fetched, but people do it all the time. YouTube, there's whole videos. You see the logo there. You see the logo here. You're a bank. The bank's routing number, the bank's account number, the bank that is drawn on, all that information is there. Have you checked to see if this is authentic? Have you checked the seals on the document? Have you called Citibank, of which they are the bank the check is drawn on? No, none of this. Have you held it up to see if the watermark is there? None of this. None of the above. She calls. The man he sounds foreign. So this must be a scam. Okay, so that's yesterday. That's because that wasn't enough. So she refuses to cash the check because this is a scam. So we go back today. My mom comes with me. She usually gets, things done. She's been banking there for a lot longer than I have. We go in, we speak with a lady, and she gets us over. She wants us to speak to Kim because Kim has the final say-so in this situation. She says to my mother, this organization has the characteristics of a Nigerian basement scam. The Congressional Black Caucus has the characteristics of a Nigerian basement scam. This is the same Congressional Black Caucus that President Obama belonged to before he was a president. This is the same Congressional Black Caucus that President Obama just spoke at barely 2 weeks ago when they had their, I believe, 36 or 30, their 09, we'll just say their 2009 annual legislative conference. This is the same Congressional Black Caucus that Ronald Burris belongs to, the Honorable William Clay, the Honorable James Clyburn. This is the same one. I mean, he is a U.S. House of Representative congressman. This is the same company, but because this man sounds foreign, but that's not just really the reason. Because maybe I don't look like her, I don't sound like her, he doesn't sound like her. This check is a little more than she thinks that, I probably should have. Seriously, lady, are you going to be that blatant and that ignorant? Are there I can't even ask if there are people out there like that. Because obviously, Cleere of ESL Federal Credit Union is very ignorant and lacks the ability to do due diligence while her employer gives her the ability to do so. If you're in the fraud department, it is your job to validate and to verify not just to your bias, because all the signs are there. You call, you get a legit service. You get transferred to this guy's voicemail from the legit service. Today we call Citibank because they refuse to. Citibank tells them that this account that's on this check is valid, that this organization has an account with them, and they go a step further and they tell them that the bank has enough money to cover the cost of this check. That's not enough. She still refused to cash my check. Cleere of ESL Federal Credit Union still refused to cash my check. Why? Because this man sounds foreign. And it must be a scam because the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation has the characteristics of a Nigerian basement scam. Does this look like a basement scam to you? Does it? I mean, maybe when President Obama got on this stage, it was a very large basement. Maybe it was a huge, enormous basement that they had all these people, black, white, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, of all nationalities sitting at. A whole band. This is a huge basement, but his dad is Nigerian. So maybe he is a part of this Nigerian basement scam, and they happen to choose me to do work for them. You see that design back there? We did that. They chose us to do that, paid us for it, and it's a whole scam. My God. Really, lady, Kim, that doesn't sound ridiculous at all. What you're saying sounds very valid. It doesn't sound ridiculous. It doesn't sound far-fetched. It doesn't sound like you're pulling at straws. It doesn't sound like you're sitting on your high horse and you refuse to come down when it's been disproven. All these crazy things that you are saying and that your company is allowing you to say. Because after all, this is a recorded conversation as you told me. And this man sounds foreign. So this must be a scam. This lady's name is Cleere. Cleere, Cleere at ESL.org. That's her name. And I told her that I'd be posting this video to express to everyone that watches it just how ignorant some people can be. Just how ignorant Cleere was in this situation. All of the signs, all of the validation has happened, and that was not enough for her to cash the check. It's really unfortunate, Kim. It really is. I'm sorry that you're so ignorant. Unfortunately, I had to expose you.